When a timeline disintegrates and crumbles, it's not a slow dissolving, it is a sudden drop. People, places, roles and ways of being, they just completely drop away because they quite literally fall out of your field. It reminds me of the Tower tarot card. It completely going over and crumbling. We are being asked to get comfortable with releasing what's out of alignment. What blocks your reality from recalibrating to a higher frequency, to a higher timeline? The very things that you are holding on to that are consuming your spark, your fire and your life force. You are shedding skins you have worn for years or even decades. You're learning new steps to old dances, and it's uncomfortable. Not because it's wrong or bad, but because it's new. It's something the innate call growing pains. Yet when you're in a thick of a growing pain, it can often feel like you're even wrong or even broken, because it is so uncomfortable. That is what a growing pain is. It's like the soul knows. The soul knows where it wants to take us. It is always reaching for the highest version of ourselves. It is reaching for where the growth is. But this is often full of fear and full of resistance and full of I can't. And it absolutely tries to block the soul's path. It is being pushed outside of its comfort zone. And what does it do? It becomes fearful. Yet the soul knows. It's reaching for the light. It's reaching for where the growth is. It's reaching for where the dynamic experiences are. So what we are experiencing at this time is fucking huge growing pains. And when we're in the thick of a growing pain, it can often feel like it's wrong. And it's easy for that to then go, right, good, great, I don't need to do that because it's wrong. And it can just go back to its comfortable self. And it can even feel like, oh no, it's broken or I'm broken. But the point is, you start dropping into here, you are now anchoring into soul aligned decision making for this knows. Yet it doesn't mean that that's going to be comfortable. That's the growing pains. Quite often it's going to be always uncomfortable. Yet when you're deciding from your soul, from within here, there isn't really much to decide. You're just following the knowing. You're following the flow. Really, it's more about surrender more than a decision. When we decide from here or our ego, instead of our soul, we will bump into ourselves. Our souls are always guiding us. Yet, are we listening? The other key piece is most people, lots and lots of people, will drag timelines out because they spend a lot of time in I don't know. Halfway in, halfway out. Never actually deciding which keeps them stagnant. It actually crystallizes them into that place. They become crystallized and stuck in that place. In I don't know. Halfway in, halfway out. Yeah, this does know, but then it's challenging this because it's moving outside of what you know, and that then becomes scary. But remember, you're reaching for the light, you're reaching for expansion, you're reaching for growth. And then what happens is this starts to get involved, and then it goes, I don't know. It's not true. You do know. This has told you that this has become resistant. This is feeling the stretch. This is feeling the growing pains. And then it says, I don't know. Because it is fucking panicking. It is fucking shitting itself. Because this has thrown it absolutely into expansion and growth. It's like as one of my teachers says, it's like throwing, the soul throws you into water wrapped in chains and says, now it's time to do a Houdini. It's like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, ah! But this knows, it is always reaching for the expansion. So it is being very mindful about dragging those timelines out. Spending time in the I don't know, halfway in, halfway out. Never actually deciding which will keep you crystallized, stagnant, stuck. You know, making decisions is how we direct energy, and making clear decisions allows things to shift. This does not mean rushing anything. It just means being clear. So you could say, this is what I know I need to do. I feel this with all my being, but I am scared. I'm feeling fearful of that. Straight away, you will start to calm. You'll start to dissolve this resistance in here by honouring this, but absolutely honouring this too. By, yep, this is where I feel my soul wants to take me, but I am feeling scared. That is about becoming clear. It isn't about rushing anything. It's just about being clear rather than tying yourself up into knots and tying yourself into freeze or even collapse. This is all about optimizing alignment and flow, not forcing, but aligning. It's all about using free will to consciously make the decision to feel your way into alignment. And as you do, it will feel like planned or predestined at work. Yet my gnosis, my knowing tells me it's deep alignment at work. It's where you're aligning. That's why it feels planned or predestined. But it's where you're aligning. It's deep alignment at work, and now you're magnetizing. These are some of the core teachings we explore within our soul alchemy retreats and events, journeys into knowing. Now, over this last weekend, which I marked a birthday, and the post I dropped on my birthday, I was sharing that, you know, birthdays are sacred portals. And over this weekend, my birthday being on Friday, over this weekend, the Earth's frequency has been exploding. The Schumann resonance, the chart of the Schumann resonance is showing massive whiteouts, signalling huge cosmic plasma waves pouring into the planet. Huge solar flares, which is interesting with what happened in Europe, what happened in Spain. Interesting. I guess we'll never really know what has happened. But the Schumann resonance is showing huge cosmic plasma waves, huge solar flares, and that, you know, is a huge quantum shift, like a reconfiguration, not just for us, but the land underneath our feet. Human consciousness and timelines being reconfigured. It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. And I feel that really affecting the root chakra. Things being pulsed, stirred and percolated around safety, security, survival, all those templates. Or you could be feeling really rooted and embodied and strong. Also affecting the heart chakra, the divine grace, deep emotional access and divine union. I've been saying for the last couple of years, I feel that there is huge ruptures going on within relationships that are not working. There's like a cosmic crowbar going in there and absolutely breaking them apart. And then what's kind of coming is this feeling of being scooped up and placed where you need to be, and then those soulful relationships colliding. It's huge. So, deeper emotional access, divine union, the codes and templates that come with that. So many activations happening. Higher sensory experiences like clairvoyance, telepathy, if you like, inner knowing absolutely coming online. More and more people are experiencing a surge of inner knowing. And some of those symptoms moving through this is like people experiencing like a loud ear ringing, like a frequency, a tuning. Lots of people, so many people experiencing insomnia or restless energy. Sudden motivational bursts followed by deep exhaustion. You know, random emotional waves of past experiences resurfacing, and even experiences beyond this time. Intense creative energy spikes, and like feeling like the timelines are shifting literally beneath your feet. This Taurus new moon isn't just a normal reset. It's like the anchoring of a new earth-based frequency, a vibration built on sovereignty, truth, abundance, divine love and authentic power. The old timelines are actively collapsing. See, you're not just witnessing it, you're helping anchor the new reality. And my feeling is that this quantum shift, if you like, that happened over this weekend will continue to intensify deep into May. pushing many people into their true soul paths, like their divine mission and destined unions. You were born exactly for this moment. You are not lost. You are being recalibrated for the world you come to help create. All we need to do is gently ground, breathe, listen to our bodies, let go of anything that is no longer aligned. Be the lighthouse, not the lifeboat. And trust the magic, because you are the upgrade. As always, keep shining, sending you all so much love.